Hey, welcome to another episode of Everyday Christian, where we look at things in pop culture from a Christian perspective. Recently, I got this Funko Pop of Master Chief from Halo, and so cool. He's holding Cortana, a little Funko Pop version of Cortana. And Master Chief is from a video game series called Halo. And for me, it was actually the first time I got into the Xbox gaming consoles, because Halo was the first time I saw a game where you can play with 4 players. It started first with my roommates, that there were 4 of us in the room and we'd always be playing Halo with one another. But the thing is, I have 4 brothers. I brought an Xbox with me, and me and my brothers, we got to play Halo with one another. And every time I see Master Chief, I remember all of those wonderful, wonderful times. We would just play with each other, because it was the first time when the 4 of us could play a video game with one another. We'd have so much fun playing multiplayer in Halo. It was so much fun. The whole summer break. Imagine that. Like, I was in college, my other brother was in college, my 2 younger brothers were in high school. But we would have these nights of just playing and having so much fun playing Halo with one another. And that's the thing that I think about when I look at Master Chief. I think about stuff like the game, I think about all of these stories that happened in the game, but most of all, I think about the stories of my brothers and me playing multiplayer in Halo. See, the thing is, sometimes we just think of video games as just that, video games. But for me, when I think of Halo, I think of how it brought my brothers and me together. It gave us these wonderful memories together, bonding with one another. And that's something that reminds me that also when we look in the Bible, we see that it is so important for us to fellowship with one another, to spend time with one another. There's one passage in the Bible I love where Jesus had just come back from the dead, and the disciples had gone out fishing. And Jesus calls out to them. He does a miracle. They were out fishing the whole night. They couldn't catch any fish. And Jesus calls them and says, "Hey, why don't you put your nets on the other side of the boat?" And they put their nets down on the other side of the boat. And when they do that, they catch this huge amount of fish. And then they go to the shoreline because they realize that's Jesus. And they go to the shoreline, they're excited, and Jesus is there waiting. And what I love is Jesus, who is the Messiah, Jesus who is the Master, Jesus who is the one that they are following. They are his disciples. Jesus is there and he's cooking breakfast for them. I love that Jesus is cooking breakfast for them. He could have been sitting there and waiting and thinking like, "Okay guys, you come in, I did a miracle, I gave you a whole bunch of fish, now please cook breakfast for us." But no, Jesus already had a fire going and he already was cooking fish for them. He was already making breakfast, and Jesus said, "Come, sit down and let's eat." When we look at the Bible, we see so many times where Jesus spends time eating with people. Because in the Jewish culture, eating was a way of saying that I want to be close to you. I want to be associated with you. I want people to know that I have a relationship with you, that we are friends. This is one reason why the Pharisees got so upset when Jesus would always be eating with tax collectors and sinners. When Jesus was reaching out to the people that they felt weren't deserving of love. Because they said when Jesus eats with them, he is saying he wants to be associated with them. That Jesus is saying, I value these people. See, there's so much value to just spending time with others. Having fun with other people. Ministry can't always just be about the teaching moments. As Christians, we have to remember that we need to build a relationship with other people by just being with them also. We remember that the Bible tells us that we have to love God and love others. But part of loving others is also just having fun with them, being with them, eating with them, playing games with them, going out of your way to find ways to bond, to connect with others. I remember there's one of my disciples before, he really, really loved watching Once Upon a Time. And for me, I got into it also because I found out that it was very similar to Lost. The TV show Lost, and it's kind of funny because a lot of the same actors appeared in it. But what happened is I decided, instead of me watching Once Upon a Time by myself and he watching Once Upon a Time by himself, I said, let's go and let's watch together. So I'd go over to his house, he and his siblings would all be watching, and I'd join them and we'd all watch Once Upon a Time together. And that was something that would bond us, and afterwards we would study God's Word together. But see, it can't always just be about, okay, we're going to do ministry and that's it. We need to really have a relationship, build a friendship with others. Jesus took time to reach out and know other people and be with them and let them know that his love for them was genuine, that he loved them as people. And we need to do that too. We need to keep on finding opportunities, finding ways to connect with other people and let them experience God's love through us. Keep on loving God, keep on loving others, and keep on being a Christian every day. God bless you all. Bye.